Good morning. Back going again. Computers are running. Everything looks like it's going smooth this morning. So good Tuesday morning to you. Hopefully you guys have had a great start to the week. I'm back in action here this morning on my computer. Paris, my co-host, she's back with us. She's super energetic this morning. But anyways, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Brian McDonald. I believe encouraging people to expand what they see in themselves. So I try to get on here every day during the week and do just that. Give thoughts and ideas and insights that help encourage people to expand what they see in themselves. I believe if we do that on a consistent basis, it really makes an impact in our life long term. So yesterday I was talking about shared stories. And that's what I want to talk about today is how shared stories can have an impact on our life. So I know I've talked on here before about me and my wife having problems getting pregnant, and we went through all the medical stuff and just couldn't get anything to go right. And actually gave up at one point. When we started back, the main difference was we went from looking at all the reasons why it couldn't happen. And I told my wife, I want you to research every example you can find of somebody that's in our situation that has actually beat the odds. It has actually happened for. And we started doing that, took that serious, kind of took it to a crazy level. But anyways, I'll get into that a different day. But one of the things I wanted to share this morning is after that process, it was probably 2 or 3 years after that, a friend of mine had a friend of his that was going through the same deal. It was actually a lady that had worked for him. And he asked us, would you just share your story with them? Would you just tell them what you went through, how it happened, how it took place? I said, absolutely. They can come over for dinner and we can go. And they were in the same situation we were. You know, they'd been about 5 years trying to have kids. Even with the best medical practices, they could not, they were still hitting that brick wall. So they came over, we shared our story. 6 weeks later, they were pregnant. And I don't know if it was our story that tipped the edge or whatever, but I'm a firm believer that the information that we're taking in affects our lives. And I believe the stories that we connect with, and like I said, the information we connect with, it's impactful. And I believe it had an impact when we made the switch because up until that point, till we started focusing on people that it had happened for, we couldn't get anything to go right. And then once we started doing that and something actually happened, then it's like everything just went perfectly after that. It was crazy how that took place. And then just like the story with the people we shared our story with, how it impacted them. One of the things I noticed, like I said yesterday, this is one of the most blessed years I've had from a career standpoint in things that have happened for me as a coach, coaching racers, and some of the opportunities that I've got to take advantage of. And I really believe there's a connection because one of the things I can say about COVID, it's actually drove us back to, it's caused us to take a step back and analyze what's important. And one of the things me and my wife realized that we were very sloppy with our faith. We got very casual with our faith. And we've got back into going to church on a regular basis, reading the Bible during the week, really got back into that. And because, the Bible is filled with stories, great stories of great things happening outside of people's physical control. And I believe connecting with those stories on a regular basis has had an impact in our life this year. I think it's had a big impact. So it's just something I wanted to share with you guys this morning. I believe the information we take in, and I've read many good books over my life, and I believe taking in that information, taking in those stories because a lot of the books that we read, there's stories in there, and it's connecting with those stories that really can have an impact on our lives. So I know it's had a big impact for us, and all the stories that Jesus tells in the Bible. There's some powerful stories in there, and I think if you connect with those and you focus on those on a regular basis, the impact it can have is tremendous. So hope you guys have a great Tuesday. I'll see you back here in the morning.